A few years ago, several old interviews featuring Ellen DeGeneres suddenly resurfaced on social media, sparking widespread debate. But the most interesting part wasn't whether people were criticizing or defending Ellen. Instead, those interviews revealed some valuable lessons about how humor can shape our relationships with others. Not every joke brings people closer together. Some jokes make others feel comfortable and appreciated, while others, despite seeming harmless, can quietly make people feel uncomfortable and eventually lose respect for you. The first mistake is turning someone's personal life into a joke. Take the conversation between Ellen and Taylor Swift as an example. Ellen repeatedly tried to get Taylor to reveal the person who inspired one of her famous breakup songs. While many people don't mind talking about their exes, Taylor's facial expressions and reactions made it clear that she wasn't comfortable discussing the topic. Even after noticing those signs, Ellen continued asking questions in hopes of getting a laugh from the audience. This is a mistake many people make in everyday conversations. When someone feels uncomfortable, they usually won't tell you directly to stop. Instead, they'll reveal their feelings through subtle signals. One of the easiest signs to recognize is hesitation in their speech. They may pause in the middle of a sentence, rephrase what they're saying, or take longer than usual to answer a simple question. Body language also tells you a lot. In another interview, Ariana Grande was asked about her dating life. Instead of answering naturally, she repeatedly cut herself off, hugged herself, and kept touching her face. These are common self-soothing behaviors that people often display when they feel anxious or uncomfortable. When you notice signs like these, it's usually time to change the subject. Unfortunately, many people keep pushing forward because they're more focused on finishing their joke than paying attention to how the other person feels. The audience might laugh, but the person at the center of the conversation often doesn't. A similar situation happened when Graham Norton brought up a very personal story involving Cara Delevingne. As soon as a topic came up, Cara avoided eye contact and repeatedly touched her neck and face. These were clear signs that she wasn't uncomfortable. If Graham had changed the subject at that point, the conversation probably would have felt much more natural. Instead, he continued asking more questions and pushed the discussion further. The lesson is simple. If you notice someone closing themselves off, avoiding eye contact, or showing nervous body language, don't keep digging into the topic. Change the conversation instead. Or even better, make yourself the subject of the joke. Another example comes from an interview between Ellen and Mariah Carey. At the time, rumors were spreading that Mariah might be pregnant. Ellen handed her a glass of wine, hoping that if Mariah refused to drink it, the audience would figure out the reason. Mariah immediately looked uncomfortable. Imagine if Ellen had simply smiled and said, "You're not drinking? Great, then I'll have yours." The audience still would have laughed, but Mariah wouldn't have been put in such an awkward position. From there, the conversation could have naturally shifted to Mariah's music or any other topic she actually wanted to discuss. That's what good humor is supposed to do. It should make everyone feel comfortable, not turn one person into the center of an uncomfortable moment. There's another type of joke that often backfires as well, making someone feel guilty. A good example is Ellen's conversation with Dakota Johnson. Ellen jokingly complained that she hadn't been invited to Dakota's birthday party, but Dakota calmly corrected her. She explained that Ellen had actually been invited, it was Ellen who chose not to attend. What was supposed to be a funny moment quickly became awkward. Many people make this kind of joke in everyday life. Instead of honestly saying they're disappointed or hurt, they hide those feelings behind humor. Unfortunately, it usually has the opposite effect. Rather than bringing people closer together, it creates emotional distance. No one enjoys feeling guilty, even when it's presented as a joke. People who are truly skilled at communication understand one important principle. A great joke doesn't just make people laugh, it also makes them feel respected, comfortable, and included. In the end, people rarely remember your exact words. What they remember most is how you made them feel.